Welcome back, everyone. In case you might have missed the first half of this list, be sure to click the link in the video or in the description to go check it out. For everyone else, let's take a look at the best of the best for MLP Season 6.
That's the spirit, you wanna see what you do best. Try it all, pick your favorite, leave behind the rest. I'll try anything to get my cutie mark. Keep up with me, Crusaders, we're just getting our start.
Number 5.
Before you read it, we should probably tell you about... No, darlings, please, no spoilers. But no spoilers!
I can't remember the last time I've laughed that much during an episode of MLP, with perhaps the exception of one other entry this season. Nearly every scene had a chuckle-worthy moment while at the same time playing with your expectations. And I, for one, can always appreciate a story that keeps you guessing while upping the entertainment. Every one of the main 6 had a chance to shine without any of it taking focus away from the main conflict. There are so many blink and you'll miss it cameos, along with some fan pandering through Vinyl Scratch and a Pinky clone that catches you completely off guard. By itself, the story may not be all that engaging, but the way it's set up with the quick interviews from each of the main 6 and the out-of-order story progression definitely helps it to stand out from any other episode in the entire series. Overall, I can't help but give the Saddle Roll review my full recommendation for any fan of the show. And let's not forget Twilight Sparkle's top charting hit this year.
Sweet, 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 sweet. Keep up with me, Crusaders. We're just getting our start.
Number 4.
But I thought your dad said that...
I don't care what my dad said. I'll show him and every dragon who thinks I'm just some little princess. There are better things than being big and strong.
Over the years, Spike has had his ups and downs throughout the series, but he's really come into his own for Season 6. Whether it's supporting Starlight in her moments of doubt, or reaching out to make a new friend when no one else would. But hands down, his best episode this year has to be Gauntlet of Fire. Not only do we get a new fan-favorite character with Dragon Lord Ember, not only are we given a large amount of interesting new world building with dragon lore, but this one scene where Spike decides he needs to stick it out has really shown how much he has grown as a character over the years. Not because his friends guilted him into doing so, not even because the Dragon Lord demanded he stick around, but simply because he was wise enough to understand the danger of a reckless young dragon taking charge and causing havoc in Equestria. That is a very worthwhile motivation. And all in all, a great episode I'm sure to be coming back to.
You made it! Oh, we were so worried.
About us? Bah, that tunnel was cake.
Wait, how did you two get through?
Don't worry about it, Ember. We both know it's probably better to just leave it up to the imagination.
Keep up with me, Crusaders. We're just getting our start.
Number 3.
Wait, you don't mean...
Guess who's home? That's right, Big Sis. It's your one and only favorite little brother, moi.
Aww.
I'm sure this episode completely destroyed countless headcanons and fanfictions surrounding Fluttershy's origins. But that doesn't make Flutterbrudder any less impressive in my eyes. Zephyr Breeze has to be one of the most standout characters in the past year of MLP. And whether you see him as entertaining, annoying, or even entertainingly annoying, his conflict really did strike a chord with a lot of us in the community. I have to really give credit to the writing here. As much as children could understand and even relate a bit with the message, this is definitely one of those cases where the moral is directed more towards adults. Even with all the work I put into a career as well as these videos every week, I couldn't help but feel uncomfortable watching this story. Looking into myself and realizing, I really can be doing more for those around me. And any episode that makes you step back and think about how to better live your own life is definitely doing something right. Couple that with perhaps one of the best portrayals of kind and supportive Fluttershy in the entire series, and Flutterbrudder will certainly be sticking out in my mind for years to come. And did anyone else notice the Link pony in the background here?
Keep up with me, Crusaders. We're just getting our start.
Number 2.
So, Your character's name?
I already have the best name in the universe. Why would I change it for something like Captain Wooz?
Captain Was it is.
I don't care how many times I go back and watch Dungeons and Discords, it still cracks me up. It's a wildly creative, consistently hilarious, and all-around highly entertaining entry into the series. So much so that I have to ask, why didn't they try something like this sooner? This setup is comedy gold. And yet, there's actually more of a lesson here than what you might have expected. As much as those ogres and oubliettes scenes were a ton of fun, it was kind of necessary for many scenes to be focused on Discord's antics because it made for a good parallel with those who can't stand being alone and yet aren't willing to put aside their own pride on how others see them. Even trying to drive the activity towards their own preferences during those rare opportunities of having someone to spend time with. This is something far more commonplace than what a lot of people might think. Couple that with some fantastic comedy, creative animation, and more than a few quotable lines, and Dungeons and Discords makes me want to ask, will we ever be getting a sequel to this story? Please, writers? And now, before I get to my number one pick for MLP Season 6, let's go through a few honorable mentions which just barely missed the mark only because of process of elimination.
Big Mac told me with a whole lot of power comes a heck of a lot of responsibility.
Oh, this can't get any worse.
Gee, if only there was a pony who knew how to trick a trickster. Or maybe a pair of ponies?
Spike, the brave and glorious, I'm sure you've heard of me.
No, but I was raised by an evil queen. I'm Thorax. I can't believe you want to help me.
Look at the fire in her eyes. You better do what she says.
Fire in her eyes?
Oh, did she just clench her jaw? I think she clenched her jaw.
I didn't see.
And my number one pick for MLP Season 6 is...
It doesn't mean anything. It's just stuff.
Exactly. Sometimes a cupcake means I love you, or a toy means hi, how you doing? And sometimes a book means your mane looks amazing. And sometimes a scarf means, well, scarf usually means you look cold. That one's easy.
I need to be honest here. When I was first looking through the list of episodes for Season 6, I could only vaguely remember having a few laughs and enjoying some of the music in A Hearthwarming Tale, and figured I should give it another watch to maybe include it in the honorable mentions. And I really should have gone back over this entry a lot sooner. When I think back to all the most important criteria for what really draws me into an episode of MLP, this pony-themed homage to the classic Christmas Carol has so much going for it. Does it make me laugh? Plenty of out-of-nowhere character moments and Easter eggs to keep a smile on my face. Does it pile on the emotional moments? Perhaps not as well as some other adaptations, but certainly more than I would have expected, particularly with Starlight. Does it make me ponder its lessons? Actually, yeah, a lot. Being the workaholic that I've been for many years now, this one story actually got me to step back and just enjoy a weekend with friends during Everfree Northwest. Was it all around entertaining? Between the creative visuals that really require multiple viewings to pick up on them all, the toe-tapping songs that stick out in your mind for days afterwards, the inclusion of so many of our favorite ponies in roles that really play to their strengths as characters, and even how it brings such a wonderful holiday cheer into your heart no matter the time of year. A Hearthwarming Tale is just a real gem of an episode that deserves more attention, and my number one pick for MLP Season 6. I hope you'll give it another watch and see for yourself what the MLP staff can accomplish when they're at their best. But you know what? This really is my own personal list for the top 10 episodes of MLP Season 6, and I would love to hear what each of you believe deserves the top spot. Write your entries in the comments below, and be sure to let us know why certain episodes really stand out to you in a meaningful way. And let us hope that we won't have to be waiting too long for MLP Season 7 to come along. Until next time, I am Dr. Wolf, and I look forward to hearing from you.